and the house next door and the one down below was set up for our environment this week. And I just want to welcome you here. I want to thank you for being here. I personally am looking forward to an outstanding week. I think we're going to have a lot of fun. We're going to learn, grow, have a good time. So I just would like for you to bear with myself and Barbara and all the trainers this week. One of the things that I found that worked for myself and for Bobby McGee's back at the beginning was that exciting time that we had when we first opened the unit up, okay? And from that point in time on, we run into some tough times. And I feel that what's going to take place here over the next 4 days is going to revitalize Bobby McGee's, bring back the birth that we had when we first started. And a few of us in this room remember those exciting times that we had. And what I want to have is this group come together as one exciting group and to make it bigger and better than it ever has been, ever in the future, you know, up to this point. The things that we're going to be working on this week are dealing with trust, sincerity, openness, staying out of judgment, and learning to grow and work with one another each step of the way. I know for myself, every time I've gotten involved with a learning and growth situation, I've had some built-up excitement and sometimes some anxieties. And I just want you to know that I want you to be rest assured that we're going to be having some fun and enjoying each step of the way. The rebirth that I'm speaking of is something that I'm looking forward to, and I know by the end of Saturday afternoon, we together are going to be able to do just about anything we want to, that you will be together as one team. That's what I'm looking to have happen. I know that when I've been in these kinds of situations, there has been times where I have been very judgmental, looking at the people in the room and looking at the training staff and making them wrong, making them good. And what I'd like to have happen over the next 4 days is that we together don't get into judgment, don't get into making one another wrong, but what we can do to help one another learn and grow and support and not have poor body posture or be convincing to one another on the side, but to be involved in this room and outside this room, morning, noon, and night. I just want to thank you for being here very, very much. It's been a tough one, and I'm excited. I think this is probably the most exciting thing that I've ever done since I've been in business, and that's bringing you all here for this next 4 days. Opening at one restaurant or 10 restaurants at one time is nothing compared to what I feel will take place here. And I feel after that, it's going to be us together that's going to move forward and move this company forward. What we're going to get out of it, not only for Bobby McGee's but for this company, is a ton of stuff in our personal relationships, individually, and what we're going to do to cause us to grow and move forward. I just want to thank you again for being here. I thank the trainers. And as you're out moving around on the ranch, I'd appreciate it if you could thank Buster and his wife, who you will see, who has done an outstanding job working day and night, being here and getting ready for this event. Hasn't been easy. So without saying anything more, I'd just like to welcome you all.
Your books too. If you want to put your books away, you'll have a chance to use them soon. But right now, I'm going to do something different. How many of you have small children at home? Anybody have little kids? How old?
4 and 9.
7 months, 8, 10, 7, and 4.
10, 7, and 4?
13, 11, 9, and 7.
What's their energy like? You like their energy? Non-stop. Non-stop. How many directions at once?
Everywhere.
See, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. The energy of the little child is absolutely limitless. If you keep rewarding them, they never get tired, right? And they go in many directions at once. The difference, well, one of the differences between the child and the adult is the fact that as we mature, the idea is to take this same energy, collect it, and to focus it in a single direction, thereby being able to achieve anything you want to achieve. What happens to a lot of adults is that they never master the discipline that it takes to collect that random energy and bring it in with discipline and put it in a single direction. Now, this is the way it always is when you achieve something of note. For example, in the space program, they will have the space station orbiting around the planet, and then they want to send up another capsule and hook up with it. Now, the space station is pretty well fixed into orbit, so it's relatively predictable and movable. But this capsule that comes up has lots of liberty to move across wide areas until it starts getting close to the homing station. And the closer it gets, the less movement is permitted. Like it must discipline itself right in there. And then just before the hookup, it isn't allowed to have any lateral movement at all. It takes total focus, total concentration, and precision to move in and make a hookup. Now, this capsule that's hooking up isn't capable of slowing itself down and putting its energy into that single sharp needle point direction. They don't have a hookup. What they have instead is an accident. The same is true with our lives. The same is true with McGee's. I feel like just what homework I've done around McGee's and around this seminar, that you people are so close to the hookup that you don't have much choice for lateral movement. It's going to take real precise refinement, real sharp performance in order to make that hookup with not many options. The way that we'll express that behaviorally will be it's going to take something like 100% commitment and the integrity, absolutely unwavering integrity that Bob was talking about earlier. So since we don't have, at this stage of your development, you're not a new company, since you don't have the option to have the wide lateral movements that Bob had when he first started, you already have something going. What I'd like us to do is to get right down to the sharp focus of why we're here, right off the bat. And what I'd like to do is make that experiential for you. So I'm going to ask you, if you will, close your eyes for just a few minutes and listen to what I have to say. You got the flag, and some people wear the cross. And Madison Avenue knows how we respond to symbols, because they shape their packages and pick the colors that encourage us to buy. So let's go with what people do respond to and play the metaphorical game with this cup. Kind of hold it out in front of you like this. And I want you to visualize, if you will, that this cup is the container for your personal power. And that if all of your personal power were placed in this cup would be level full. That's all the power that you have. Level full. Now, as you're holding that cup out there, I want you to determine how much of that power do you think you utilize in your life on a daily basis. Half full, quarter full, 3/4 full. In other words, let's go for truth now. Let's go for what you truly feel. How much of your power that is available to you do you think you're using? Then I want you to take a pencil and put a mark on the side of your cup according to what you've decided. Of course, this is subject to change by Sunday. We know that, don't we? So we're going with where you think you are now. And what I'm going to ask you to do is get into the game really serious, and don't put a mark as to where you think it ought to be, but where you think it really is, as you demonstrated in your life. Okay. Now, what I'd like you to do one more time is close your eyes. I have one more statement I want to make, and I want you to reflect on it. Because when I got in touch with the truth of this statement that I'm about to make, it did a lot of changing in my own life. The statement goes like this. There has never been an example of a person abusing their personal power. Ever. Not Hitler. Hitler did not abuse his personal power. Nor anyone else. Instead, the truth is that there are individuals who abuse their personal freedom. You see, no one can have power over you unless you allow it. And when it appears that someone is abusing you with their power, what's more accurately true is that you're abusing the freedom you have to exercise your choice. Bottom line, the experience you have of your life is your responsibility. No one else has ever made anything happen to you. No one else has ever taken advantage of you, except you. No one has ever hurt you, except you. If you feel you're being abused or manipulated, the greater truth is you are not using your freedom wisely. Okay, now open your eyes. What we're going to do to complete this little game is that I want you to imagine that you were going to die and that a condition had been made that when you pass on, that you would be allowed to leave your personal power to someone else. Whole cup full. You can put it in your will that another person can have your power and use it at their discretion. And what I'm going to ask you to do is look around this room in this circle, just the McGee people. And in your mind, not outwardly, in your mind, I want you to pick the person in this circle that you would be most inclined to leave your power to, if you should go. Now, when you make this decision of who you would leave your power to, don't choose somebody just because they happen to be your husband or your wife, or because they happen to be your immediate supervisor or your closest friend. What I'm going to ask you to do is get really serious about this training, about this seminar, and about the integrity from which you're coming. And I want you to select a person that you think is most trustworthy, a person who you think has the greatest skill for using your power the way you'd like it used, one who would come the closest to using it the way you would have used it.
This thing cooking clear up there on the side, guys? It's a lot of water, huh?
Yeah, it really is, man.
All set?
Yeah. Do you know there's only 7 desert rivers in the world, and 3 of them are here in Arizona?
up my banjo neck and I just somehow feel it natural to be gone. To be gone. To be gone. Thank you.
This house in